lecture of the evening, and we start off with an exciting one. This is the first of 4 parts, which are the Exodus from Egypt, part 1, Chronologies and Archaeological Expectation. Okay, before we discuss the Exodus from Egypt, we need to discuss the chronology, the different chronologies, because this is a very, very contentious topic. However, the Bible is very clear in terms of when the Exodus took place. Specifically in Kings, 1 Kings 6:1, it says that the Exodus happened 480 years before the building of the temple, Solomon's temple, which was in the 4th year of his reign. So there was a 480-year expanse between the building of the temple and the 4th year of Solomon's reign to the Exodus. Now, and this conflicts with a lot of scholars that try to say, oh my goodness, that try to massage this and say, well, some scholars have said that, well, it wasn't 480 years, the Bible made a mistake, and it was actually 1480. Or the Bible made a mistake, it was not 480 years, it was 280 years. But the Hebrew is very clear. It's 480 years. Now, some people say, well, my goodness, it could be because of the Septuagint, it says 440 years. Or the Masoretic text is the more accurate and the more ancient of the texts. And 480 years is commented on by other biblical or other Jewish scholars, or early Jewish scholars. So, which supports the veracity of that 480-year period. Next slide, please. Another criticism is that, well, yes, it's 480 lunar years according to the Jewish calendar, but once you consider the Egyptian calendar, it's a solar calendar, so basically we have an issue where there's going to be less days. There's only 354 days in a lunar year versus 365, so that means you're going to be very off. So this 480 lunar years is actually 465 or 466 solar years. So there's a discrepancy. Well, okay. The problem is that in the Hebrew, in the Jewish lunar calendar, what they did is that the Passover was kept in spring. And so in order to keep it in the spring, the High Court could just adjust the calendar by another month, just add another month to keep it in spring. So finally this system was normalized, and by Maimonides in Mishnah Torah, and finally when he normalized it, the difference between the solar year and the lunar year is very slight. So what we're talking here is if after 250, for every 224 years, the Hebrew calendar will be 1 day short of comparing that same time period in solar years. So when we look at this 480-year period, talking about the difference between solar and lunar years is going to be extremely minimal. So, looking at all the different comparisons between early Hebrew scholarship and the early forefathers of the church, we have a range of construction. Josephus and Jose ben Halafta and Eusebius Pamphilus have started the construction for the Temple of God in 960, between 960 and 966 BC. It's interesting that James Ussher, he's always renowned for having creation at 4004 BC, but in terms of the Exodus, he provides the earliest dates, and his early date is 1012 BC for the construction of the temple. Now, adding 480 years to that, you have a range for the year in Exodus between 1440 and 1491. So basically, we've taken the Bible at face value. We've attributed by different scholars the start of the construction for the Solomon's Temple, added 480 years to that, and we have a range of possible dates for the Exodus. Now let's discuss Egyptian chronologies.